Hey everyone, it's Moses Correa with this vlog. Um, so I want to talk to you a little bit about variety, right? It's been said variety is the spice of life, uh, and so on. And there's some truth there. Variety in our overall training program has a role, although I think it's overemphasized in many uh, training programs, which really aren't programs, they're just random workouts. So what we need is a system for our training in order to make it productive. So for example, if I have somebody that has a fat loss goal, my system would be to change nutrition habits slowly, even if it means just starting drinking water when they need to, if they don't, right? And then just start to develop that ability and discipline to kind of exercise your disciplined muscles. So from there, on the training side, I would start them with an aerobic workout. It does burn fat, obviously, but all exercise burns fat, so it's not really that special. It's to prepare them for the training that's to come. Work with general basic strength exercises, depending on their fitness levels, goblet squats, kettlebell swings, two-handed, deadlifts, presses, overhead, bench or vertical, horizontal, and so on. And while doing all that, you'll see their body change now. So where does variety come into play in that type of program? The variety can be the progressions of the exercises. So every week we obviously need to continue to set the threshold higher. For the most part, there needs to be active recovery and so on. And of course, the way the person feels and comes in is important too. That's why I usually like to use a lot of HRV readings with my people to see where they're at for that day, how much inflammation they have in their body, the recovery abilities, and so on. So variety would be the progression or the loading of the exercise, changing the positions or whatever in that case to continue to make progress week after week. Now, in a max strength program, which is one of my favorite things, variety comes into play and has a huge role because it helps us to continue to make progress without overstressing the joints and so on. So, for example, let's say I'm doing a sumo deadlift from blocks. Like if you saw on my Instagram account, we did with Carolyn, who did 215 at 113. Not bad. 205. 2 reps, 2 sets. Anyway, let me focus here. So variety would be that we're going to max load those different exercises week by week, and or wave the load, change up the movement pattern, in other words, from a conventional deadlift to a sumo, or max load a different movement completely. For example, so I did sumos from blocks one week. I may do sumos with bands the next week with less loading and a lot of my resistance, extra resistance coming from the bands. I may do negatives, which is hard to do, but you can do it. You set it on blocks and lower it down, and so on. So there's a lot of different options with that, but variety does have its place. However, we don't want the type of variety that's just random with no outcome, no goal, no reason or rhyme. So, for example, like one week I go on a run with somebody, and the next week I'm doing an anaerobic conditioning. Like, there has to be some development, and one thing leads to another in a program. So there's the continual development, continual progress in it. So variety by itself, not a bad thing. Structured variety or specialized variety on purpose with an outcome to keep yourself from overtraining is a good thing. Just kind of dumb variety and random just because you feel like it. And I hate to use that word, sorry, but it's not the smartest thing. Isn't gonna work. So, and just one more thing in addition to this, because this happens a lot. I see people, they just kind of do tons of volume, and they don't have any variety in the rep ranges, and they're loading and rest periods and so on, and they're just always beat up and complain about their joints. So in that case, a specialized variety, a good training program, maybe every 3 weeks with a change would make a big difference in their health. So, and if you're going to train, it's not just about looks or, like just being mentally tough. It's also about your health too, so you need to consider that, so you don't end up not being able to walk when you're old. So, but that's another topic for another time. I definitely will talk about that. But for now, this is Coach Moses Correa, and this is the Trainer's Desk, and I will talk to you soon.